Over the past few years, I've seen marriages of friends fall apart. I've talked to parents whose teenage son no longer believes in God. I've seen churches almost split, and I've walked through broken relationships. And then there's the everyday ups and downs of life. Sometimes the race feels almost effortless, as if you could continue indefinitely with a tailwind at your back, carrying you forward. But other times, you're hardly moving or even incapable of taking another step. In the American context, it's easy to be comfortable with our faith. We can be culturally good, but spiritually dead. But there's a reason the Bible often refers to the Christian life as a race. There is much at stake, and getting to the end takes more trust and effort than we'd like to admit. Our integrity, our witness, and even our very lives are at stake. And there's grace available for every single step we take, every act of faith, every decision to obey. Every single thing we do is covered and shored up by the grace of God. Thankfully, the prize at the end of this race couldn't be more worth our pressing on in the struggle. I want to share a story with you, a story about a race I ran. You may have a similar sort of memory about athletic endeavors or one about a mental struggle. It can remind you about life and faith and about discovering what it means to run well for God's glory. It was a race of a lifetime. At least that's how it felt to this 17-year-old in the anchor leg of the 4x400 relay on the biggest stage in my state. I was the team's anchor, so the relay ended with me. I would build on the efforts of my teammates, and the result would post when I crossed the line. As my turn came, it felt like everything was riding on me. Could I maintain the incredible pace all the way around the track without my body giving out? I'd practiced innumerable times and knew how to pace myself. But as my team was in first place, leading one of the fastest teams in the state, adrenaline and nerves took over. As I waited for my teammate to complete her lap, the sun beat down on my head and sweat dripped off my chin. The third runner on the team rounded the last curve and headed down the straightaway to hand off the baton to me. When she was within 20 meters, I started to run, reaching back like we'd practiced countless times before to secure the baton and officially begin my leg of the race. Baton in hand, my brain sent one simple, screaming message: run! I took off, sprinting as fast as I ever had. My legs began moving at a speed I'd never experienced. I rounded the first curve and still had plenty of energy left. I completed the back stretch feeling strong. Then I completed the final turn successfully. But with just 100 meters left, something happened. My legs began to give out. The ability to lift my feet and put them back down quickly had greatly diminished. I felt like I was running in mud. Every stride took maximum effort. I could feel myself slowing down. After the way I'd started, it was like slow motion. But I wasn't quitting. The crowd was up on its feet, screaming and pointing. I had maintained a good lead through the 300 meters, but now another racer was on my heels catching up. With each step closer to the finish line, I experienced great relief and great pain. I was so close. Would I make it to the end? I could taste it. I could see it. Would I get the prize that my team sought? Yes! I crossed the finish line and collapsed. I was exhausted, but we were state champions. When I think about that race, even now my breath leaves me, and I can't help but grin. I can't believe I finished that race. Had I known what lay ahead of me, I'm not sure I would have taken the starting line. But the excruciating strain of the last 100 meters was worth the joy of winning with my team. God's provision in the race. Similarly, we're called to a spiritual race, a sacred race, and God will supply all we need for that race. The race that is set before us is the Christian life. Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 through 2. More specifically, our race set before us is our hope in Jesus as we hold fast to our confession.